Don't touch that dial, don't touch that remote, because it's time for Zomboo's House of Horror Movies.
Do you like scary movies? Well, do you? Because strange images are in the air tonight. I've sent Quasi deep into the vault to pull out some of the scariest movies ever made. So turn out the lights, get close to someone you care for, because it's time for Zomboo's House of Horror Movies. Come, let's go inside and meet Quasi. Miss Transylvania. Werewolfie. The head nurse. Officer not so friendly. And Bianca, the rack girl.
And I'm hot.
Hello, everybody, boys and ghouls, mummies and daddies. It's your old pal Zomboo, welcoming you to Zomboo's House of Horror Movies. Ooh, this week's movie is one of the scariest movies ever made. The Revolt of the Zombies. The Revolt of the Zombies was made in 1936 and is one of the most revolting zombie films ever made. An international expedition is sent into Cambodia to destroy an ancient secret formula that turns the men into zombies. Too bad they couldn't also destroy the negative and existing prints of this film. But once they find out, the zombies revolt. Revolt of the Zombies stars Sergeant Schultz, Mike Myers, Max von Sydow, Mr. Whipple, and Bing Crosby. Ooh, that does look like one very scary movie. Ooh, I wonder who's at the door.
Hey, Zomboo, remember me?
Oh, why, it's my old pal, Woody the Lumberjack.
That's right, and I'm here to ask you if you have any work for me.
Oh, well, are you a good lumberjack?
Am I a good lumberjack? Am I a good lumberjack?
Well, are you a good lumberjack?
Have you ever heard of the Sahara Forest?
Oh, no, but I've heard of the Sahara Desert.
Well, it is now.
Oh, Woody, why don't you make like a tree and leave?
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be back to our very scary movie after these important messages from our sponsors. Hello, everybody. It's your old pal Zomboo down here at Zomboo's 3-Minute Horror Movie Theater with another 3-minute horror movie sent in by one of our viewers. Tonight's movie is very scary, so let's go inside and take a look at it.
Hey, you! Come back here! You have to buy a ticket!
Yo, Gina, why does your mother gotta live 5 hours away from us? Every weekend I gotta make this stinking drive. I'm freaking bored, you know what I mean? I need some kind of entertainment or something. Hey, I got it, Gina, pull my finger.
Get out of here, Vinny, you're so disgusting.
You know, you used to like to do it before we was married. How things change, huh?
Maybe because you had a little bit of class then.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, let me see what's on the radio.
You know.
Repeat, the dead have invaded South Florida. Stay in your homes, and most importantly, do...
What a bunch of... You know, don't say anything for publicity these days.
Oh, Vinny!
Bye.
Vinny!
Hey, get off me, can you see I'm driving?
Vinny, look!
What the hell is that?
Vinny, the rock talking?
They're freaking horrible. Look at them. I'm gonna go into the supermarket over here.
Hurry up, Vinny!
You can't believe it.
Save us!
Jesus. Unbelievable. Okay, Gina, I don't see any around. See that? You make me go over to your mother's house and look what we got.
Don't blame me, my mother. Just get us safe. They're behind us.
What the heck is that?
Vinny, drive!
Hey, wait a minute.
Away, Vinny!
Get around my... Hey! Hey, look, get away from my car. Look, Gina, on the count of three.
No, Vinny!
On the count of three, we're gonna make a run for it.
Vinny, look at
You ready,
me.
Gina? Count of three.
No, Vinny!
1, 2, 3. Go, Gina!
Vinny! Vinny, come back! Come back, Vinny! 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 Come back! Vinny! 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 Ah! Come back!
Ooh, that was one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. I hope you weren't too scared, and I hope that you didn't change the channel or fall asleep. Do you think that you can make a very scary movie that's just as good, if not better, than some of the trashy movies, I mean classic movies, that I show every week? If so, send it to Zomboo's House of Horror Movies at Zomboo's 3-Minute House of Horror Movies Theater. They should be in reasonably good taste, on videotape, and not run any longer than 3 minutes. And the scarier the better.
Send your 3-minute horror movies to Zomboo today. Check out the Zomboo website at zomboo.com under 3-minute movies for the address to send your movie.
Write a scary script, get those cameras rolling, and send those tapes to me so I can put it on the show for everyone to see. Ooh, tonight's movie is brought to you in non-living color, otherwise known as scary black and white. It's not one of my favorite films. Ooh, now listen here, boys and ghouls, and mummies and daddies. Many strange events were recorded in the secret archives of the fighting nations during the World War. But none stranger than which occurred when a regiment of French Cambodians from the vicinity of the lost city of Angkor arrived on the Franco-Austrian front.
No, Captain Luke. Your splendid service as an interpreter is appreciated. But when you try to tell me stories of mesmerism, occultism, men without souls, hordes of supermen, capable of annihilating armies of trained men, you make me wonder which of us is sane.
General, I dare say I failed in my presentation of the facts.
No, not facts, but the ravings of a mad Cambodian priest. No, Luke, it's too fantastic. Read that last.
General Headquarters. Austrians bringing up veteran shock troops.
One moment. I wish I could believe in your robot. I could use several regiments of them right now. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get the cigar store, Indian?
You don't have to tell me you failed, Alma. I can read your emotions in your face just as easily as you read the dead languages.
Can't find a language in which to convince General Duval.
No, the chances are you apologized, stammered, he barked, and you retreated without firing a shot.
Wish I had your assurance. Faculty of knowing your objective and driving straight at it.
That's simple. Just impress the other fellows you know more than he does.
It has been called ego, Cliff.
Oh, yes, but I like the American phrase better. Intestinal fortitude.
Don't rub it in.
Well, someone should. You know, I admire your knowledge and you envy my ego. Well, I'll take half your knowledge and you take half my ego and we'll have two smart men.
How much of this high priest story you believe?
Oh, I think there is such a thing as black magic. Call it superstition if you want, I don't know. But I don't believe that you can turn human beings into automatons, or as you call them, zombies.
That's what you think.
You believe in mental telepathy?
Might be something to it, I don't know.
Well, science does. It's an established fact, Cliff, that in the Orient, the last of an ancient race lives by the laws of telepathy. Their knowledge, their rituals, they're guarded by just such priests as this man, Tiong.
All right, I'll buy your tribe of mental telegraphist, but I'll not buy your robot.
Now, look, Cliff. Tiong here comes from Angkor, where, according to their legends, Angkor was built by these robots. Thousands of tireless, feelingless human machines.
Yes, I know, and they call them zombies.
Controlled and directed mentally by their priest king.
Yes, and Tiong here is the last descendant of that priest king and the only man alive that knows the secret of the zombie.
Tiong. Bakan oi tava. Bakan am tiang. Nya oi tang tonei.
I don't believe a word of it.
He says that the general keeps his ears in the ground like the ears of a corpse. That he'll not listen to the words of wisdom.
What does he want to do? Get the general some earphones?
Eva prai atilai.
Atek. Shang. Shang vatoi. Akipula.
Tiong still insists his gods say he must create zombie soldiers. He says he'll show us how a handful of zombies can take an entire enemy trench.
I'm not here to plead the cause of the Central European power, but that of modern civilization. In the name of humanity, you must not go further with your experiment. It may mean the destruction of the white race.
General von Schelling, the responsibility is not ours. It is that of a fanatical Oriental priest attached to our Cambodian contingent. We have already placed the man under arrest. His experiment ends with that.
I thank you, sir. I shall be glad to return with that assurance.
This is the Rat Girl. She's a definite 10. Do you think tonight's movie is a 10? Well, now you can rate all the movies on Zomboo's House of Horror Movies. Just go to zomboo.com, click on Rate the Movies, and be a movie critic. You can also write your own comments and reviews, and I'll keep track of the ratings to let you know which movies you think are the scariest. Hello, everybody. It's your old pal Zombo down here in Zombo's Dungeon Art Gallery. Do you know where some of the world's greatest artists get their inspiration? It's from this show. Are you a budding artist? Do you look like Toulouse-Lautrec? Do you have a strange affinity for body parts like Vincent van Gogh or Mike Tyson? Maybe you have artistic ability. Can you draw Quasi the Hunchback? Well, here's your chance to show your art to the world. It's time for Zombo's Scary Picture Gallery. Let's go look at today's picture of the week. Today's picture was sent in with a letter. It says, "Dear Zombo, I'm a biology student at a community college and I've been studying North American mammals. Ever since your show's premiere, I've been desperately reading book after book in an attempt to discover what species you are. Judging by your colorings and distinctive dark mask around your eyes and pungent odor," and this guy's name is Ike Limburger, huh? "I have concluded that you belong to the raccoon family. Well, let's go in for a closer look at this very interesting and scary picture. Werewolfie?" Oh, thank you, Werewolfie. Oh, I see. Why, look, that's me, Zombo. And these are my fellow raccoons, and I'm eating out of the garbage can. Oh, I see that there is the man up here with the shotgun standing on the porch, and he is very mad because I woke him up when I knocked over the garbage can. Oh, and the letter here says that there's a second picture, so let's take a look at it. Oh, the next drawing shows the next day, and these are the old man's grandchildren. Oh, and they're enjoying their new hats. Look at those nice hats that Grandpa made them. And look, they're eating ice cream. Oh, it's rainbow raccoon sherbet. Yum, yum. Now don't forget, boys and ghouls, get out your pencils, paints, crayons, and whatever. Draw me a scary picture and send it to me, Zombo, at the Scary Picture Gallery, and I'll put it on the show for everyone to see.
Send in your scary pictures to Zombo's Scary Picture Gallery in care of this station. Or check out the Zombo website at zombo.com under Gallery.
Then we are agreed that since the priest Tiong refuses to reveal his secret, he is a menace so powerful that he must be confined where he never again can use his occult knowledge.
Quite right, General.
Right? I suppose so.
I am in accord. Sir, your threat of life imprisonment apparently has not moved this man.
He understands it means solitary confinement?
Yes, sir, and he still refuses.
Then inform him that we are forced to carry through the sentence of solitary confinement for life.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Bakkan et toi va.
He is to be confined to his quarters pending his removal to military prison.
Yes, sir. On down.
Gentlemen, the priest Young was murdered. Murdered by someone who did not want the Allies to benefit by his power to create robot soldiers. Or perhaps by someone who tried to take the secret from him to become the greatest force in the world.
True. When dealing with these Orientals, you deal with fatalists.
It takes one to know one.
Death to them is a transition to a better life. Thoroughly understandable.
But his method of creating these zombies must be on record somewhere.
So I believe, sir. And it could only be in one of the temples of Angkor.
Then we must find it. And when this war ends, our duties will not end with it. I make a suggestion and ask that each of you bring it to the attention of your government. Urge them to sponsor jointly an expedition to the lost city of Angkor. And for general appearances, let it be a private expedition. Find the secret of the zombies, destroy it. Then we shall...
If you'll permit me to say so, sir, I think we've accomplished a good deal. It took years to make Angkor what she is. Certainly, we can't expect her to divulge her secret to us in just a few months.
Yes, but this all costs money and that.
Darling. Mr. Mack, how do you like me in this helmet?
My dear Claire, I like you in anything.
You're a gallant. I think I look awful in it.
So do I.
Me too. Take it off.
Now, Daddy, this is the time you're not to agree with me.
Well, maybe someday I'll say something that meets with your approval.
I promised myself that, darling. Monsieur Luke, how do you like me in it?
In what?
This hat, topper, this.
I think you're beautiful.
Sure, you're more than gallant.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, now you spoiled it.
Is this the discussion of business, or are we playing charades?
First word sounds like...
Proceed, gentlemen. I'll take the minutes to the meeting.
Now, Claire, now, here,
Am I intruding?
Well, you're late.
Sorry. I was busy.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting.
Monsieur Luke, no doubt, has represented me well, I trust.
Well, he made some alibis for you.
That's very nice of him, I'm sure. But I have a habit of handling my own affairs.
I'm looking things over today.
Well, I'll be pleased to accompany you. Perhaps Mademoiselle Duval will permit me to...
Thank you, monsieur. I've made my arrangements. Monsieur Luke has consented to act as my guide.
I see.
In an hour, Monsieur Luke.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Duval. None whatever. So he promised to give up his power, release his subjects for this woman he loved.
Now, that's my idea of a man in love.
You believe the legend?
Who made it up, old Ankavar or you?
It's a true translation of the legend.
Would you have given up all that power for Endra?
I shall never have power, and I've never known love.
Well, power's not so important. You are in love with old stones and pieces of pottery. Well, perhaps you're lucky.
Perhaps.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Cliff Grayson. He's one of our best men here.
Uh-huh. I'm hungry. Let's go back to camp.
All right, let's do.
What did you say his name was?
Yaakov Arman.
Oh, no, I mean him.
Oh, Cliff Grayson. I thought for a while she was in love with you.
That shows what imagination can do.
I could have understood that.
Why?
You're so much more her kind.
There goes that inferiority complex again. You know, someday I'm going to cure you with that.
I hope you do. What was it you said once about if you want anything, ride roughshod over everything?
Be ruthless. Forget all sentiment. Get to your objective, take it, and hold it.
I wonder if I could do that.
Perhaps not. But the man that doesn't is a fool.
Hey, watch it. Stay on your side of the tent.
Interpret that dance?
It's known as the dance of the boring movie.
Well, I hardly know. Dance is centuries old, I expect.
Yes, but the wiggle's always the same.
That's the traditional wedding dance of the Khmers.
You know, she had a nice...
Father?
understanding of the dance.
Now, Father, that girl is my discovery.
This engagement party would not be complete without hearing from the lucky man. On your feet, lads. Let's see you rise to the occasion.
There you are.
Thank heaven for Viagra.
I hardly know what to say.
Then shut up.
I suppose that no man hardly knows what to say in a situation like this, but well, I presume we all say just about the same thing, so as trite as it is, may I say, I am the most fortunate man in the world.
Bravo! Bravo!
I'm sorry. I must be overcome by Armand's emotions.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. What father does when he's giving up the only daughter he ever had.
You couldn't say anything nicer than that, darling.
I've said the right thing at last. I'm improving.
Mr. Grayson, you were about to say something. Were you not?
No, General. Like you, I prefer to listen tonight.
Well, that's strange. I've never known you at a loss for words.
I wish you all the happiness that you deserve.
Hello, everybody. It's your old pal ZOMBOO. It's time to go visit the rat girl.
We'll be right back to our very scary movie after these important messages from our sponsors.
It's like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Always wondering where the next piece goes.
And she's not a bad piece either for 1938.
First thing we know, Claire, you'll be a puzzle jigger like us with a sieve and a shovel.
Who knows? I might be the one who finds the secret of hypnotizing subjects. I know certain people I'd use it on.
Will you tell us if you find the secret?
Oh, she'd have to. A woman isn't supposed to keep a secret, is she?
I don't know whether Malatesta is painting this plot or trying out next year's color scheme for a gentleman's hair. Oh! I can't understand it. I examined those ropes myself only this morning.
You think you're badly hurt?
I don't know. I'm just numb.
We'll get you to the hospital tent.
One thing I've always admired about you was your honesty.
The thing I've most admired about you was your loyalty to your work and to your friend, Cliff Grayson.
I've never had reason to question his loyalty either. Even now, he's an innocent victim, as I am.
I loved him.
And I loved you.
So did he. But do you think he would ever have admitted it? Unless
you had used me to excite his jealousy.
Exactly.
I suppose in your mind you can justify that.
A woman in love can justify anything.
Be ruthless. Ride roughshod over everything. Forget all sentiment. Decide upon what you want and get it, no matter whom it hurts. I've been told that was the thing to do. And now I find it's a woman's code, too. Well, I still admire your honesty.
Oh, I have a regret. I've hurt you.
Well, you should have no regrets. If getting what you want is everything, there should be no regrets.
Oh, aren't you being a little ruthless now?
No. I'm a man who loves you.
Even now?
Yes. I shall always love you. I have been made somewhat ridiculous, it's true, but still I love you.
Oh, I'd much rather that you'd hate me.
I wish I could. That would make things so easy.
Had you done this to me, I should hate you. If for no other reason, because of pride.
Where you are concerned, I have no pride.
In what room will you never find a zombie? The living room!
ZOMBOO, ambassador to the Khmer kingdom of Angkor, witnessed a strange ceremony which Fools! Under our very noses. The ceremony. The zombie ceremony. And the secret does lie in Angkor. Tuna, we're going back to Angkor. I want you to go with me.
No, Sahib. Do not go to Angkor.
Why not? Why not?
Please. Please to hold very old religious custom, because they're glad you all go away. Very dangerous to go back.
This water's getting awfully warm. Avooga, avooga, avooga.
Just like the picture.
Hey, you woke me up. Now I have to watch the rest of this movie.
Hey, Zombo!
Oh, well, if it isn't my little pal, Minnie Z.
Why did the vampire get fired from the blood bank?
Why?
He got caught drinking on the job!
Why don't you get out of here? Chop, chop! Ooh, and we'll be right back to our very scary movie right after these important messages from our sponsors. Hello, everybody. It's your old pal Zombo. You know, I think that last Mini Z joke wasn't very scary and wasn't very funny. In fact, I think Mini Z needs better material. Now you can help old Mini Z out by being his ghostwriter and email him your favorite monster joke. Just email it to zombo@zombo.com and I'll make sure he gets it.
Hey, Zombo, I just got another good one.
And now let's get back to this week's very scary movie.
I can't translate that.
Where's Luke? He's been absent now for 2 days without permission. And right in the middle of this important translation, he disappears into thin air. None of it. Not one of you are able to offer an explanation. I have discipline in this organization if I have to send every one of you back to your own country. Well, here, Luke. Where have you been?
In Angkor.
In Angkor. By whose leave did you absent yourself from your work?
Well, I thought that you would be glad to know that...
You thought? You are incapable of thought. Did I give you permission to go to Angkor for 2 days while your work here, insignificant as it is, waits while I wait?
But Dr. Trevisan,
I will not tolerate insubordination. When you signed with this expedition, you agreed to abide by its orders. See, Luke, you are dismissed. You will be provided with transportation back to France on the next steamer leaving Saigon.
But, Doctor...
Good day, sir.
Puna. Puna. Sit down. There. Puna, the white man's ways have ever been strange to you of the East. To me, they are strange, too. But I've discovered that he who would succeed must disregard all sentiment, decide upon his objective and drive straight to it. Ruthless? Yes, but therein lies success. Puna, I have discovered the secret formula. The great king of the Khmers. You are my first experiment. If I succeed with you, I will have acquired a knowledge that will make me the most important man in the world. Lower your arms. I will it. Can you move hand or foot, except as I will it? No, Master. Can you think or speak, except as I command? No, Master. Puna, we're learning to be ruthless. Yes, Master.
Armand, you're a different man. There's no indecision in you these days, lad. You have an authority about you. It's quiet, but one senses it. like a man who had suddenly found himself.
Took me a long time to acquire it. I no longer question what I should do. I do what I want to do.
That's fine. But there's always one danger of overdoing it. And that's worse than not doing it at all.
You can say that again.
McDonald, you're the one man to whom I'm grateful. You're my friend.
I always believed in you, lad.
I know you did.
If you hadn't said what you have, I wouldn't say this. I liked you for the way you stood on your feet when another man had the good luck that you deserved.
Wasn't for me.
That's the way to look at it. She's a grand girl, and he's a good lad. And we'll all be wishing him happiness in another 2 weeks.
Two weeks?
Have Monsieur Grayson come here at once.
Have I said anything I shouldn't, lad?
Yes, sir.
You will proceed at once to Wisconsin. Report to Colonel Lamont, in charge of our survey in that district. Bring back his confidential findings. Take what escort you need.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the confidence you place in me, sir, but isn't this rather an unexpected mission, considering the fact that your daughter and I are to be married in 2 weeks, and the trip to Estella will take 6?
I sympathize with you, Grayson. But our duties come first. You understand?
Yes, sir.
As your poet Bobby Burns has said, the best laid plans of mice and men gang after gley.
Would you like to send Zombo a piece of your mind? Or perhaps some other body part? Send your email to zombo@zombo.com. Ooh, I've got bad news for you boys and ghouls. This movie is not over until the fat lady sings, and she has a bad case of laryngitis.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Dr. Faustus, with his alchemy, and the help of his satanic majesty, discovered the secret of renewed youth. Just what is the secret you found?
Hey, if he told you, then it wouldn't be a secret.
I have not as yet been able to enlist the help of Satan, but perhaps you, with your recently acquired habits of appearing at inopportune moments, hold the power to materialize the Prince of Darkness.
In possession of the knowledge you hold, I should not need his help.
You assume much, my dear Mazovia.
I know much, my dear Luke.
You should know, then, that I'm not easily fooled by your attempted subtleties. Any knowledge that I may possess shall be retained only by me.
Let me share your secret with you, and the world lies at our feet.
In France, did Theon, the high priest, share his knowledge with you?
No. And therefore he died.
You killed him?
With the help of the goddess Siva. Ah, that you will not understand. This you made. The breaking of the scaffold. So well tested by MacDonald. The mysterious disappearance of Francois and Henri. The refusal of the natives to do any further work.
Why?
The expedition withdrew, did it not? I knew you would not give up. I hoped you would lead me to the secret. Tiang took this from the goddess Siva, and I took it from him. It was what we all sought. It was a clue, but not the right one. This I am right in. You have the secret of the zombies. Let me have it.
Give it to him. Then the movie will be over and we can go to bed.
You leave me no choice, my dear Mazovia.
You show rare judgment, my dear Luke.
The secret lies in placing the right hand. So, the symbol of the third eye of Siva. The summoning by will of one who is to be your executioner. His hands slowly steal about your throat. Great priest king Yakovarman used his subjects, men like you, to build the miracle city of Angkor. Perhaps under my control, you are scheduled for even greater things. Dr. Trevisan, I thank you for reinstating me. So kind. And you, my poor friends, for the unwilling contribution of your souls. You are giving me power to achieve the one thing I want. And I am so grateful. No doubt you would all tear me limb from limb should I ever relinquish this control. But that shall never be.
Cliff. Cliff.
Claire.
Come on. We're going home right now. Come on, back up. We're going home. And both of us taught him the lesson of being ruthless. He knows what he wants, all right. It's you.
What will he do to you?
He'll get me out of the way. Our only chance is to get away together, and right now. Come on.
Your father asked me to say that he wishes to see you at once. I trust you had a pleasant trip to... Where was it? Oh, yes, Ishtala, I believe.
That trip couldn't possibly have been made at your suggestion, could it?
My suggestion? What possible reason could I have had for that?
Same reason as for all these changes have been made since I was sent away. For these men and your scheme to marry Claire.
If anything or anyone gets in your way, ride roughshod over him. Isn't that your creed?
Not creed. Just advice I gave to a friend.
You also advised forget sentiment. If you want a thing, go after it and get it. Isn't that it?
You proved an apt pupil.
I had a splendid teacher.
And now I'm the one that stands in your way.
You are, but I'm removing you.
Then if I marry you, you will send Cliff back to England. That is your offer, is it not?
Not my offer, my promise.
He goes unharmed.
Unharmed.
I want your word that you will not make him subject to your will as these others are.
These followers, shall we say. He will not be harmed. I give you my word.
I believe that you will keep it.
Yes, I will. And I'll do more.
You'll take acting lessons?
I'll let you bid him goodbye.
I should like to do that.
You love him very much, don't you?
I'm proving it. It isn't easy to give up the one thing in the world one loves.
No, it isn't, is it? I, too, love only one thing in the world, but cannot give it up. Our difference is, I haven't your courage.
Ooh, I wonder who's at the door.
Hi, Lambo, how you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't recognize
You
you.
don't recognize me? Does this give you a hint?
Oh, are you Don Sickles?
No, you stupid nut. God, here's another idea for you. How about this? Does this give you an idea?
Oh, are you Beaver Cleaver?
No, I ought to. Gee, here, okay. Final clue. Here we go. All right.
Oh, you're the serial killer.
Oh, that's it. That's
Oh, okay, and that reminds me that we have a serial starting tonight after the movie. Chapter 1 of The Phantom Creeps, a really scary serial.
Yes, well, is the cereal sugar-coated?
No, but it's very scary, so stay tuned after tonight's movie for Chapter 1 of The Phantom Creeps.
There was so much I wanted to say. Now there's so little to say.
I've only felt like this once before. The first time I went up into the front lines. I was afraid.
It takes a brave man to say that.
A brave man would never let you sacrifice yourself to save him.
Well, there's no sacrifice. I love you. I shall always love you. We shan't say goodbye.
No. Just let me look at you.
I'll miss my guide.
Oh, we've got to keep our heads up.
I'm going in now. Quiet, stop.
10 minutes past 5.
From now on, I shall always count time as London.
And mine will always be set 8 hours later, toward the east.
An apt pupil. Your teacher commends you. At least I let her remember you as a man.
If I'm not welcome, open the door again. Start me, and I'll roll gently back to my room.
They'll never kill your spirit, MacDonald.
It's all I have left, save my love for my friends.
What's on your mind?
That which is most difficult to do, and have it understood. Give unwanted advice.
That's true, Mac. But go ahead. You're the one man I'll listen to.
Thanks.
Well, what's it all about?
You and yours. You've done a terrible thing to her.
Is it so terrible to fight for and to get the one thing in this world you want?
Not if you played a gentleman's game.
I don't like sermons.
Nor perhaps the truth?
Perhaps not.
I do. This power which you have, this obsession which drives you on, will defeat you in the end, and it should. You fool yourself with the delusion that you can make this woman love you. You can't do it. No man should do what his sense of right tells him not to do, nor desire that which it forbids him to desire. When right ways disappear, one's person must vanish with one's principles. That was said by an ancient philosopher, and I hold these things to be true. Good night.
My dearest, know that I love you. Loving each other, we are no farther apart than our thoughts could reach.
Claire, I've just been told that my hope of having you care for me is a delusion. Would you say that?
I married you. I kept my bargain.
And I kept mine.
For that I am grateful.
Is that all I'm to ever have? Your gratitude?
Yes.
I envy Clifford. I'd give up everything I have if you could just find it in your heart to think kindly of me.
You ask me to think kindly of you. You have control over my thinking. You've proved that with my father and others. You've made them subject to your will.
I could never do that to you. I couldn't. If I give up this power, if I release these people,
Then I should really believe that you love me.
I'll prove it.
Sucker!
I give it up.
Calling all zombies! Calling all zombies! Hurry up and revolt so this movie will end!
We are free again. We can think. The madman who did this to us must die so that he can never do it again.
I love you. You wondered once how the great priest-king Yaakov Varman lost his power, releasing his subjects. He was enamored of the fair Indra. He did try by sundry means to win her love. But she, as women will, could not care for him. So he willingly gave up his power for this woman he loved.
Ooh, I wonder who's at the door!
Claire.
Come on, where is he? What's happened?
Whom the gods destroy, they first make mad.
going to let that thing out again, are you?
Certainly. There's work to be done on it.
Might get away like it did last time.
I created it. I can control it or destroy it as I can you. You whom I helped escape from prison. I control both quickly.
I'll see what good it is. The cops will never let anything like that walk down the street.
What could the police or anybody do against an army like them? Closely controlled, they could crush all opposition and make me the most powerful man in the world.
Hey, watch it!
There's a car outside. That will be my wife. She wants to take me away. She's afraid of what I'm doing here, yet she knows only a small part of it.
Let me go in and talk to him alone, Dr. Mallory. He's been angry with you ever since you refused to continue to work with him.
I did so only because he was working along lines contrary to the good of mankind.
I know. He still is. I hope I can stop him before it's too late.
I hate to have you face him alone.
I don't fear him. I think he really cares for me. As much as he can care for anyone.
Except himself.
You're not going to tell her about the new element you discovered, are you?
Only enough to prove that I have accomplished what they told me was impossible. Get me one of the magnetized discs.
But if you're determined to face him alone, I'll wait in there.
But won't your wife think that...
Silence! Anne, my dear.
You're glad to see me?
Very. I've been wanting a witness to my grave crime.
Oh.
Yes. I told Mallory and the others there was a way to induce a state of suspended animation that couldn't be told from death, and that I could find it. They called me a dreamer, a fool, but now I have it. And you shall see and tell them. Come. You see this disc? Watch. It will not come to you. It will go only to that disc, which I have put there by the plan. That disc there is magnetized by a positive ray with my new element, which is unknown to science. And this little spider carries the negative. When the two meet, you shall see. No, it's not dead. Nor would a person be under the same circumstances. It's too bad that Mallory is not here to see my triumph.
I have seen it.
You were spying.
Call it that if you wish, Alex. But you made no secret of it. Now my fear is, what are you going to do with it?
I shall do with it as I wish. Not hand it over to the government, as you would have me.
I still think that would be best. It should be under control for the good of mankind. You would still receive credit for its discovery.
They would destroy it if they could.
But possibly...
Never will I let it go. Already a foreign government had offered me millions. Perhaps I shall sell to them.
Don't you realize what a terrific weapon it would be in the hands of unscrupulous people?
Of course. That is why they shall pay me dearly for it.
Alex, you must not.
Then it is my duty to inform the government at once.
Alex, please.
All right. If it is your duty, do so by all means. But you will find it a great mistake.
What do you mean?
You shall soon learn. All of you.
Anne.
Monk! Monk! Get the visualizer. Did you carry out my instructions regarding the work to be done on this?
Yes, sir. I strengthened the ionizer, but I was afraid to use it.
I'm not afraid. They think they know everything that I have, but they know nothing of this visualizer that will conceal me from my enemies.
I'll stay here tonight. Perhaps I can see him again and persuade him from his mad course.
And I'll get in touch with the government. I've already talked with Captain West of the War Department about Alex.
They won't punish him, will they?
No, Anne, they'll just keep him and what he has found under control so that he can't misuse it or dispose of it to a country that would.
You have failed, Monk. But I will not fail. I cannot.
I'll call if I need you.
Good night, Anne.
Good night.
It is perfect, but for a shadow.
But can you come back?
Surely. I must come back. And now, as the Phantom, there is nothing that I cannot do. Nobody can find our secret workshop without the Iron Man helping.
Unless they find the secret entrance to the cave.
Oh, it is concealed so cleverly, nobody will ever find it. Must be entirely moved by morning. Pack what we need.
Yes.
They must never know about you. The source of all my power.
Alex.
Mallory speaking. Yes, Ann.
The place seems to be deserted.
I'll come right out there as soon as I get a call I'm waiting for. Yes, Captain West of the Army Intelligence. I'll start as soon as he phones me. All right. Don't worry.
Much depends on what happens in this house today. We're going to wait and listen with this. It's a car. Probably Mallory.
Morning, Ann.
I'm so glad you got here.
Captain West arrived yet?
No, how could he?
He's flying down, so I wouldn't be surprised to find him here. That must be Bob West. It's a government plane.
They are closing in. They will find nothing. I have to change my appearance.
Maybe you better stay here and keep an eye on the plane, Jim.
Okay.
Captain West, is it true that Dr. Zorka has disappeared?
Well, do you think it's fair for you to know my name and I don't know yours?
I'm Jean Drew.
Well, what are you doing here?
The Times sent me. To look and listen and ask questions.
Sorry, but I'm not allowed to answer any questions.
Do you mind if I go up the house with you?
Yes, I'd mind very much.
You and I better take a little walk, sister.
I don't believe I've met you.
Miss Drew, allow me to present Mr. Jim Daly. You'll find him very good company. From what you say, Dr. Zorka has discovered something very important.
I'm sure he has. Highly dangerous, too. Think what a hostile power could do with it.
Have you made any search for it?
No, we thought we'd better wait till you got here.
Well, let's look in his laboratory.
Aren't you going to take that disc?
I'll get it later. I'd hate to have one of those spiders find it in my pocket.
Fools! Fools! Let them search. They will find nothing.
A lot of equipment seems to have been moved.
You can talk to Rankin of Aspiring. I will be with you, but unseen.
Husband smokes the popular brand.
But he doesn't. He can't stand tobacco.
Well, how about his assistant?
He had none.
She's right. So far as we know, Zorka worked alone.
The visualizer. Then we will go. We must be more careful than ever that no one discovers the entrance of our secret garage. Let's go.
Well, I'll phone headquarters and have his description broadcast. He'll be picked up somewhere, that is, if he still answers his own description.
All clear?
Yes, sir.
Then we will go to meet the agent of Aspiring.
When last seen, he wore striped trousers, dark four-in-hand tie, and cutaway coat. No car that we know of. But it would take one to carry the things that are missing from this laboratory. Yes, that's right. Put this on the teletype right away, will you?
Pick up that man. What do you mean? Give him a ride? Yes. He looks as I used to. He might be useful to me. Come, get in. man is dead. How fortunate. That simplifies everything. We will make it seem that it is the famous Dr. Zorko who has been killed. Then we will get another car, go home, and see what they are doing there.
West speaking. Right, I've got it. We'll fly right down there. Been a car found, wrecked and burned on Highway 10, 50 miles north of here. The body in it. Contents of the pockets indicated the Dr. Zorka. Identification is important. You go with it?
You're asking too much, Captain West, after such a shock.
I'll go. I must know. It was Alex.
Warm up the plane with you, Jim. Whenever you're ready, Mrs. Zorka.
They are taking my wife to identify the body we left at the car. She will know it is not mine. Can't you stop them by it? She is one of my discs, and she does not know it. I have just time enough to put that spider into her plane. She will go into suspended animation so that she cannot identify the dead man. Then I will take her from them and revive her. Now get the car ready, quick. We have to be there as soon as the plane arrives.
It shouldn't take long.
I'll check the lab equipment and try to figure out just what's missing. Bye.
Goodbye. Say, is there something the matter with that door? I'm sure I shut it.
Doesn't look to me as if you're dead.
Wasn't in my bag when I left the house.
That's the same kind of disc that was found under the plant.
The one the spider went to.
Are you certain it wasn't in your bag before?
Positive.
Let me see it, will you? I haven't seen one of those things yet.
Hold on a minute, will you, Jim? I want to send it back to the department. Are you sure you didn't find it and take it as sort of a keepsake?
Why, of course I didn't.
Tell me, from where the car was found, have you any idea where Dr. Zorka was going?
None whatever.
Jim, what's happened? The crew's out of order. We have to bail out. What are you doing here? Never mind, bail out.
Yes, sir.
Now don't forget, boys and ghouls and mummies and daddies, tune in next week for another very scary movie on Zombo's House of Horror Movies.